Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have the distinct honor of introducing a wonderful person who happens to be a close friend. Today's speaker is Mr. Lewis Winters. His job title says paraprofessional, but if you've been inside Gaenslen, that's not truly his job title. His job title is actually ambassador, Gaenslen ambassador. He's a glue guy. If something needs to be done, he is Winters on the spot to fill in the gap, IT tech, everything. So he's a Milwaukee product, a graduate of Milwaukee Tech, UW Milwaukee, and UW Platteville. When he was growing up, he wanted to be an astronaut and play professional football. Don't we all? And his personal goal was to become a world-class table tennis player. And he's done that. He appeared on a TV game show. He traveled to Europe, Mexico, Canada, Hawaii, and many major U.S. cities. He worked as a flight attendant. And he was a celebrity for table tennis in the Milwaukee area. He had one of the featured table tennis players at a place called Spin. He enjoys playing chess, darts, pool, and sports. So, he's retiring this year. We are very sad to see him go. Just a wonderful person. And in honor of all his efforts and accomplishments, we would like to present an award for his outstanding efforts and encouraging words spoken throughout the years, but specifically today. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Lewis Winters.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to thank my big little brother, Mr. Olanian. We even told the kids that we were brothers. He calls me his little big brother, I call him my big little brother. I'd also like to thank the administration, Ms. Brown, Mr. Walker, Ms. Fleming, for giving me the opportunity to come out here today and speak to you. And I want to thank you, families, friends, and all of our guests here. You're a wonderful looking crowd. We're glad to have you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it gives me great pleasure to be standing here on such a memorable occasion. People from Whitefish Bay to Cudahy will hear my speech today. Never let it be said that I didn't care because I tried to be there. There were days when I wanted to stay away, but I had a job to do in which I was here for you. The hallways were the corridors that lead you to the class, and hopefully some of the things you learned here will last. Now, as you gear up for high school, remember the good things that you learned, the bad things that you overcame, and the bad things that you endured, and the obstacles that you overcame, and the teachers that helped you along the way. I'm Mr. Winters, and I'm going to speak to you today. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is spending one day with a great teacher. And Gaenslen is a school filled with great teachers. Gaenslen started in 1939 as a school for kids with polio. Later, with the inclusion of special ed and regular ed, it grew. In 1987, they built a new school. So you students received a rare education. You guys got a chance to see the special needs and special ed children. So when you grow up and you see people who are blind crossing the street, or you see a person trying to get through a door in a wheelchair, maybe you'll be the ones that'll help them. I didn't know Gaenslen was world famous. A few years back, some school officials from Japan came to see what our school was doing because they had never done anything with their special needs or special ed children. And it was at that time that I realized how wonderful our school really was. We service about 700 kids, but because those kids have brothers and sisters, let's say it's about 600 kids. So if you do the math, we have a lot of people that we deal with in 1 year. Because of those 600 kids, they have 2 parents, and that's 1,200 people, 1,200 parents. Those parents, if you have one child has 4 grandparents, 2 grandparents on each side, you multiply that times 6, that's 2,400 people. You add that to 1,200, that's 3,600, plus the 600 students, you're dealing with about 4,200 people that we deal with, just with the students. Now add MPS central office visitors that come through the door, CPS comes through the door, Milwaukee Police Department, Milwaukee Fire Department, teachers and specialists from other schools that come through the door. We're dealing with probably about 4,500 people. So switching to something else is Mother's Day just passed recently. And I want to pay homage to my mother, who I miss dearly. And I'd like to tell you about some of the life lessons that she told me and that I took to heart. She taught me, she guided me, and propelled me. Because I was sitting in your shoes 50 years ago, right where you are, graduating from 8th grade, all the things that she taught me I've used up until now. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things that she told me when I was young, and told my brothers and sisters also. She always said, aim for the stars, you might end up on top of the Empire State Building. She said, when it came to getting a job, she said, just get your foot inside the door. Then when something went wrong or something didn't go the right way, she said, what's bad can sometimes be good. The one I liked the most that she said was, life begins at 62, so take care of your body. You only get one, keep it strong. She said, take responsibility. If you see something that needs to be done, do it. Don't wait for somebody to tell you to do it. She also said, treat people the way you want to be treated. One of her favorite things was, you can please some of the people all of the time, and you can please all of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. Whenever I wanted her to do something and she was too tired because she was working, she would say, oh, you don't understand? Well, just keep living, because you will one day. She had this saying, I don't know, it's probably about 100 years old. She got it from her father. It's called He Who Knows. I don't know if anybody's ever heard this before, but it goes like this. He who knows is a wise man, follow him. He who knows not and knows, he who knows and knows not that he knows is asleep, awaking him. But he who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool, avoid him. She took education serious. She was always telling us to get educated. She said, once you get your education, no one can take it from you. She also said, you don't know what you don't know. And that there's a whole world of things you don't know. She didn't like the way some people treated their family like friends, and they treated their friends like family. She didn't like that at all. So that was my mom, and that's what I learned from her, and I hope you graduates out here will use some of those things, and it'll help you become stronger so that you can do well in the next 50 years, and you'll be up here one day telling about how you learned things from your mom and dad. I had a favorite wrestler. His name was Richard Van Slater. I really couldn't stand him. I didn't like him. I didn't like the way he looked. He had a big old stomach. He had too tight trunks. Every time he performed, I wanted him to lose. But he never lost. He kept winning and winning. In fact, he ended up winning multiple championships over a span of 28 years in his career. What I learned from this wrestler, I tried to apply to my life. You see, he kept showing up. He showed up every day. He did his best by working hard. He lasted a long time, 28 years. taught me the meaning of respect. You see, sometimes you may find that people might not like you, but they will respect you. I had a favorite boxer, Muhammad Ali. What I liked about Muhammad Ali was his quotes. And I'm going to read a couple quotes for you. He said, "The greatness of a man depends on his heart, not his education or wealth." He also said that helping others is the rent you pay here on earth for a room in heaven. And then he said, "A wise man can act a fool, but a fool cannot act a wise man." So I want to say I'm really proud of you guys, that I've been able to work with you, great students over the years. And now you're graduating, you'll be leaving Gaenslen. I've watched you learn, I've watched you grow, and you worked very hard, as you know. How fast did the years go? But now it's time to part. Just know that you will always have a special place in my heart. In the future, you'll face challenges at every step. I hope you'll be like me and pass the torch and never give up, and keep the light burning. I believe in you. You can do anything. So believe in yourselves, and aim for the stars, and make the sky your first stop. I have here a speech I wrote in college that I wanted to share with you. What life is all about. Logan Pearsall Smith had this to say: "There are two things to aim at in life. First, to get what you want, and after that, to enjoy it. Only the wisest of mankind can achieve the second." Whereas Martin Luther King had this to say: "Life is something of a great triangle. At one angle stands the individual person, at the other angle stands other persons, and at the top stands the supreme infinite person, God. And these three must meet in every individual life if that life is to be complete." J. George Fredrick had this to say: "If you want to be rich, give. If you want to be poor, grasp. If you want abundance, scatter. If you want to be needy, hoard. Do more than exist, live. Do more than look, observe. Do more than hear, listen. Do more than listen, understand. Do more than think, ponder. Do more than plan, act. Do more than talk, say something." And finally, I have here the 10 teenager commandments. Don't let your parents down. They brought you up. Choose your companions with care. You become what they are. Be master of your habits, or they will master you. Treasure your time. Don't spend it, invest it. Select only a date who would make a good mate. See what you can do for others, not what they can do for you. Guard your thoughts, what you think you are. And pray every day, work hard, and help people. So, I know I said that was the last thing, but I have one more thing I'd like to share with you, and that's the soap opera prayer. It was a prayer that I learned here at MPS. It names all the soap operas, so I'm just going to read it real fast. "I promise to be the guiding light that helps all my children. You know, the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. To understand that they have just one life to live. And together, for all the days of our lives, we should strive to live safe and play safe so we don't end up in General Hospital or another world." Thank you very much.